What's going on, guys? My name is Finizy Breezy, and this is going to be my anime collection video for the year 2015 that we are in right now. So first things first, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers who have been watching my videos, commenting on them, subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it, and I know that you guys have been looking forward to watching this video. I think the last one I put up was about 2 years ago almost. I think April will make 2 years, so I'm sure a lot of you have been wondering, what's changed, how much more have I gotten anything good maybe, so I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys sticking with me up until this point. I also want to give a warm welcome to anybody who just so happened to click on this video because they wanted to see an anime collection. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you feel like checking out some of my other content, I do a lot of anime stuff. I do recommendation series, unboxings. I just started a little bit of a vlog sort of series where I talk about the last 5 shows that I watched, and I have a nice dialogue between my subscribers in the comments section. And then I also do other things. I do a couple video game videos. I just started a Let's Play series. So there's a lot of different content on my channel that you may enjoy. So with all my little meet and greet out of the way, I figured I'd give a little bit of a backstory to my collection, since there's a lot of DVDs in this collection that are quite old, out of print. I've been a huge fan of anime since, the Dragonball Z days on Toonami. I remember watching, Card Captors and of course, all the shows on Toonami. And then when anime switched to Adult Swim, I remember watching that. And so I had purchased, DVDs for my favorite shows up that point, like Tenchi Dot Sign. I bought box sets. I'll never forget the very first anime anything that I ever bought was my favorite episode of Yu Yu Hakusho on VHS. So that just goes to show you how long that it's been that I've been collecting anime. If the first thing I ever bought was on VHS, I'm sure that idea is quite obsolete at this point. So I have actually been collecting for the better part of 10 years. Obviously the first 6 probably were quite slow. When you're young, you don't have the kind of disposable income that I do now, at least, to be picking stuff up. So definitely you can see a difference in the last anime video that I put up compared to this one now. So I know you guys didn't come here to listen to me talk about anime. You actually want to see the stuff, so let's go right into it, and I'll show you guys around. So let's get the show on the road, right? Alright. So I figured something really cool to start off by showing you guys is this Attack on Titan poster drawing that I picked up at the flea market of all places. The guy was selling some really cool 17 by 11 portraits, and this is hand drawn by somebody. I'm not entirely sure who this artist is, but this is probably one of the coolest looking Attack on Titan posters that I've ever seen, and I had to buy it. Why not, right? Something cool to hang up. So let's start with DVDs. So I have all of my DVDs in these 4 bookcase sort of media shelving units, and I have everything in alphabetical order. So we can start up at the top here. We have Agent Aika and another, Azumanga Bakano, Bamboo Blade, and Beck. Then we have Big O and Big O 2, and this is one of the older releases in my collection. I'm sure for any of you who remember Big O, this was one of my favorite shows at the time of it airing, so I had to get that. And then I remember watching Bleach, and I was like, Bleach is awesome. I've got to start buying Bleach. So I bought the first 3 box sets, and then when the Bout came out, and after that the Assault, and then after that they started switching to these individual DVD releases, and for $25 a piece to get 10, 11 episodes, it wasn't worth it. I couldn't afford it. And, I think they're up to like, what, set 27, something like that now. And it's just so much money to sink into a show, especially if they're not going to include that many episodes on a release. So I stopped picking them up after a while, and I stopped with the 3 movies. But next to that, we have Clannad and Clannad After Story, a fantastic show. And you can't say too much about Clannad. I mean, there's been so many reviews and so many other people to talk about it. I'm not going to waste much time. And then we have Comic Party and Corpse Princess and the Cowboy Bebop movie. So then coming back down here, I have Darker Than Black, and this is the complete second season. Season 1 is somewhere else. I'll show you that. And then we have Dead Man Wonderland, Desert Punk, all of the Dragon Ball Z movies. They split them up, 5, 4, and 4, and then the Dragon Ball movies. And then we have the blue bricks for Dragon Ball and the green bricks for GT. And we have Dustbane of Amnesia, Ergo Proxy, Fooly Cooly, all of Ghost in the Shell pretty much. I think I'm only missing one of the OVAs that they had released. So I have Standalone Complex and Second Gig and the movies and Laughing Man OVA. And then we have Ghost Hunt and Golden Boy. Golden Boy, this is something you can pick up relatively cheap if you guys want to watch something that's pretty funny. It says the complete series on 2 DVDs. If I remember correctly, this is very, very short. They might have it on the back here somewhere. 180 minutes, so this is relatively short, but very funny. Very funny. And then we have Gogol 13. Okay, next we have... I'm sorry for the camera shakiness. I'm holding this on. I wonder if it'd be easier if I held it with my hands. In any case, we have Great Teacher Onizuka, which this is another old release that I have. So you've got both parts 1 and 2. This is a great show for those of you who like high school comedies and shows like School Rumble, Happy Lesson, all of the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I can never pronounce Haruhi, however you want to pronounce it properly, but we have the first season, second season, and the Disappearance movie. His and Her Circumstances, High School of the Dead, and High School of the Dead OVA, Human Crossing, all of Infinite Stratos, so that's 1 and 2. And then I have Is This a Zombie of the Dead, so that's the second season of Is This a Zombie. Here's something really cool. This is Karen, and this is an older release because of the thin packs. Funimation started doing these, and this is from Genion, but this was towards the end of Genion actually releasing stuff, so this is pretty hard to find, which is an enjoyable show. Then we have Kadocha. These are the save box sets that one of my subscribers was so kind enough to point out on the last video to flip the inserts around. So if you guys have any save box sets, the inlay can be switched to make it look a lot nicer. Then we have all of K-On!, so Season 1, Season 2, and the movie. And then I bought Kujibiki Unbalanced. I have not watched this. I actually don't really intend to watch it. And there's only one reason I bought it, and that's because the Genshiken OVA is on this. So if you guys are Genshiken fans, you really have to buy this to watch the OVA. It's a shame that they didn't include it in the box set. But what are you going to do? Here's Love Hina. And then I have Lunar Legend Tsukihime, which was very forgettable, if any of you are curious. Mahoromatic, the 3 releases up to this point for Marduk Scramble, and Maria Holic and Maria Holic Alive. These are the dubbed versions. So then we have Mushishi, which is fantastic. I'm sure a lot of you have already watched Mushishi. There's not too much more to be said about that. Mysterious Girlfriend X, Nanaka 617. I think that they did that because of the girl's age. She reverts back to a 6-year-old who she was 17. And then when I first bought it, I was like, what's 6/17 about? Well, there you go. Here's Negima, the original release, the remake, and then the movie. And here is the movie for Neon Genesis Evangelion, so that's Death and Rebirth. If I was lucky enough to have End of Evangelion, I'm pretty sure that would have been the first thing I showed you. There is Penny Pony Dash next to Planets. Planets was a really good show, especially if you enjoy space operas like Cowboy Bebop and Outlaw Star. I mean, it doesn't have that sort of a fantastical feel to it, but it's definitely a great show if you like space operas. And then we have Princess Resurrection, Rosario Vampire 1 and 2, Rumbling Hearts, the recent Rurouni Kenshin OVA that they came out with, the new Kyoto arc. This sucked, in case you were wondering, and that's coming from a diehard Rurouni Kenshin fan. As you can see, this was one of the first shows I remember watching back in the day, and I was very fortunate enough to buy these when they were originally released. They came from Anime Works, and they have not been re-released yet, so that's something I'm very happy to have in my collection. I know they can get pricey. Sakura Diaries 1 and 2. We have Samurai 7. All of School Rumble. As you guys know, any of my longtime subscribers, School Rumble is one of my favorite shows, if not my favorite show, for comedy at least, so I gotta have all of that. Then we have Shuffle, Speed Grapher, and Suzuka. I like these old releases from Funimation, you know, the thin packs. I really do like these a lot. They have a lot more character than simple DVD cases. And so moving down here, as I kneel on the floor, we have the original 4 OVA releases for Tenchi Muyo from Genion. So these are really cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure these won't run you that much money if you want to buy the originals. I never got the box set just because it was expensive. I mean, it's not expensive anymore, but I'm still happy to have Tenchi, obviously. And then there's the Tenchi movie trilogy complete collection, and then so these had gotten pricey for a bit at one point. This is Tenchi in Tokyo, which sucked, and then Tenchi Universe, which was fantastic. I remember when they came out, I was like, oh man, I gotta buy those, and apparently they sold out or they didn't make enough or whatever it was, but they got real pricey real quick. And then to finish it off, here's Tenchi Muyo Gxp, which here's The World God Only Knows 1, 2, and 3. I'm still waiting for the OVA to watch it. I know I've been told to wait to watch it until I see the OVA, so I'm going to wait. Then we have Ungo and Watamoti. Welcome to the NHK, fantastic. If anyone's never seen Welcome to the NHK, if you want something that's really cerebral in a way, I'd recommend watching that. Now, here's probably one of the most expensive releases that I own, and this is When They Cry, complete set. From Genion, I believe. Yes, from Genion. This, you know, I couldn't even tell you why I bought this. I might have just been looking at Amazon one day and I was like, oh, that looks interesting, let me buy it. And maybe I paid $20-$30 for it when it was new, whatever. Now it sells for like close to $100, I guess just because they haven't released it again, and that this release has the dub on it. And it's an extremely well-known horror anime. If you guys have never heard about When They Cry, I recommend not watching it. This is probably the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You know, separate anime from real action, you know, live people. It's still the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, so we have XXX Holic, which is also very good. Yu Yu Hakusho, the most recent release of the OVA and the movie that they came out with, and then I have the Poltergeist movie, and then the original movie release with Ninku. Here I have some imports. The funny thing about these imports is all of these shows that are here, I bought before any North American company licensed them. So I know that a few of them, they've been released since. I know Boys B was released. I know Girls Bravo. I definitely know Excel Saga and Noir have been released. I'm not sure about Kamichu. I know Ping Pong Club hasn't been out. I know that they're in talks to release Outlaw Star, so I'm getting ready to drop some money on a box set for Outlaw Star, because Outlaw Star is great. Boogie Pop Phantom, I never actually watched the whole thing. It was not very interesting. And Best Student Council is pretty good. I know that there's been releases for Best Student Council, but I bought the import just because everything looks so nice. And you gotta love uniformity. Then I have the orange boxes of Dragonball Z, and you might wonder why they're down here as opposed to being up there. It's because I also own the Blu-rays. So I'm going to sell these off at some point. So I left them down here rather than putting them up and having to reorganize everything at some point, because I will probably sell them relatively soon, just because I don't need 2 releases of the same exact show, especially this one being inferior to the Blu-rays. And then last, on the DVD side, we have all of Pokemon. What's Wrong With You If You Don't Own Pokemon? Then I have Red vs. Blue, which is, if none of you have ever heard of Red vs. Blue, it's pretty much Halo, but not Halo. It's very funny. They just use Halo footage to act out scenes, and it's quite funny. So you should definitely check that out if you enjoy Halo, especially. Then we have Pokemon Orange Islands, and at the bottom I have Invader Zim, a single release for Zoids, 2 releases for Card Captors, Spirited Away, and then Digimon on bootleg, which I bought way before they licensed Digimon, so I really need to upgrade that. And then I have some CDs over here. But this is not the best part of my collection by far. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, but there's really nothing like too extraordinary. So I just got new shelves, and so this is all of my Blu-rays and collector's limited editions stuffs. So I guess we can start up the top here. We have Ranma 1/2 sets 1 through 5. You know, they still haven't finished it by the time I'm filming this, so I can't really say I own all of it. And you may wonder why it is reversed instead of starting from left to right. It's starting from right to left, and that's because the way that they design these boxes, you know, I'm sure they did it intentionally, but it looks a lot better reversed because the way that the colors and the lines line up. So if you have been collecting Ranma as well, you might want to consider putting them like that because they look a lot nicer. Then we have the Ghost in the Shell Arise. And then these are all limited edition Blu-ray boxes. We have Blood Sea, Sea Control, Cowboy Bebop. Lucky me. I haven't actually watched it yet. I have watched Cowboy Bebop, so it's not like I haven't seen it. I haven't watched this Blu-ray release yet. I'm waiting for the right moment to strike me to watch it. But I will soon. Good Luck Girl, Haganai and Haganai Next, Helsing High School Dxd New. I didn't buy High School Dxd limited edition. I screwed up. What are you gonna do? Then we have Shiki and Tenchi Muyo War on Geminar, which if you're a Tenchi fan, you're gonna watch it just because you're gonna want to watch it. But if you're not a Tenchi fan, it wasn't that great. Then we have Attack on Titan Part 1 and 2. I didn't buy the box set. I should have. What are you gonna do? Akira. That's the 20th anniversary, 25th anniversary Blu-ray. If you're a fan of anime, you should have watched this already. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you do. You can get a good feel for where some of anime's roots came from. Then we have the Baka and Test OVA, Black Lagoon. What's her name? Roberta's Blood Trial. If you're a Black Lagoon fan, you know. Blood Sea. It's the OVA. DBZ Battle of Gods. Yes. Here's the 2 rebuild movies for Evangelion, 1.11 and 2.22. Don't ask me where 3.33 is, because I think I pre-ordered it this time last year when it was supposed to come out, like, you know, next month. Well, they still don't have a release date for it, which is... I couldn't even tell you where I pre-ordered it anymore, because it's been so long. So I know they're going to come out with it at some point. Obviously, they have to. Then we have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Full Metal Panic Famofu. Here's the Heaven's Lost Property OVA. Then there's parts, I believe it's 7 through 10 for Helsing Ultimate. There's High School Dxd. Makinaki, All the Psychopaths, Sekirei, Soul Eater, Summer Wars movie, which is a decent movie. Trigun movie, We Without Wings. There's all your DBZ Blu-rays, which look fantastic on the shelf. I love that. I love when lines all match up. I mean, it just makes me happy. Then we have Cat Planet Cuties, Elfin Lied, Kids on the Slope. Kids on the Slope is great. If any of you guys want to watch a slice of life that's really gonna make you think and think about life, I suggest watching Kids on the Slope. Then we have the first 4 single Blu-ray releases for Kill la Kill up to this point. Then we have Red vs. Blue Season 10 and 11 on Blu-ray. And then here's the Gurren Lagann box set that I got last unboxing. And as you can tell, there's a disc missing. And that is because it's down here. It's because I'm watching it. So I'm sure I'll talk about that next vlog video. Here's a few little random action figures I have. Action figures or figurines, however you want to call them. We got Botan from Yu Yu Hakusho, and of course Rurouni Kenshin, and then a little Luigi. I have a few more anime figures. I have a lot from Yu Yu Hakusho because that's my favorite show, and especially from back in the day when they were releasing action figures. But I really don't have the space to display them all, and Botan came out the nicest of all the figures, so she can stay there. So then this will be the end pretty much for the Blu-rays. Here are the anime classic releases. We got Chobits, Full Metal Panic, the second raid. There's the first season for Is This a Zombie? I'm very disappointed that they didn't do anime classics for part 2. We have Ouran High School Host Club, Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt, Serial Experiments Lane, Samurai Champloo. Probably one of the most annoying releases that I own is Steins Gate, and I'm sure you can see why it's annoying. Like, why? Why? Why does this need to happen? Even next to the normal DVD-sized releases, it's still lower. Someone should lose their job. Okay, I'm just kidding. Here's Yu Yu Hakusho. And then we switch over to the DVD versions of anime classics with Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, Darker Than Black Part 1, Gungrave, Hibine Remne, which is interesting, to say the least. I mean, it's nothing fantastic, but it's an odd show. Here's Heaven's Lost Property, Parts 1 and 2, and that's Blu-ray DVD combo pack. The original release for Helsing. Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple, Tenchi Muyo Gxp, and Trigun. And then here's a few random Blu-ray DVD combo packs. We have Season 1 for Baka and Test, Black Lagoon, the FMA Brotherhood OVAs, King of Thorn, which is an interesting anime movie. Makes you think, kind of weird plot twist at the end. Phantom, Requiem for the Phantom, I just watched this. Pretty interesting. If you're a fan of like noir action shows, I recommend checking that out. There's Slayer's Revolution and Evolution R, or however they're said. It's season 4 and 5, if you're wondering. Spice and Wolf and Yamada's First Time. So that does it for the Blu-ray DVD combo packs. And then the remaining, we have some limited edition cool chipboard box, whatever, DVDs that I wanted to put up and display a little bit nicer than having over in the bookcases. So here's the rest of Baka and Test, Chaos Head, Comic Party, Cromartie High School. This is great. If any of you guys are curious about a very short, episodic kind of high school comedy, I would say check out Cromartie High School. Death Note, Parts 1 and 2. What would an anime collection be without Death Note? So here's the Dot Hack Sign box that I was referencing earlier, and this is one of the oldest DVD releases that I own. I'm sure there's a year on here somewhere, but why should we have to look up years? So this is from Anime Legends. This is a pretty cool old release to have. There's Future Diary, Gantz 1 and 2, Genshiken and the second part of Genshiken, Nerima Daikon Brothers. Probably the coolest release I own overall is the Platinum box set for Neon Genesis Evangelion. I know this can get really pricey also. I think I paid like $30 for it, and it's in like mint condition. Thank you, eBay. So that's probably the coolest thing that I own. If you disagree, please tell me. Here's the Samurai X, which is Rurouni Kenshin before Rurouni Kenshin. It's pretty much the backstory of who he is and how he became the way he was. That's the OVA. Then we have the Slayers, and I don't want to talk about Wandaba Style, because if you watched my last video, then you know how much I disliked it. But that's pretty much it. So I like how I said that's pretty much it, as if I just talked about 5 or 10 shows, but you know, there's over 100 anime here between these two areas, so it's definitely not something to belittle, because there is a lot here. But that's gonna pretty much do it. Maybe I'll do another one of these videos in 2 years. I know this takes a little bit of time, and I'm sure a lot of time to watch, but yeah, so that's it. So that is my anime collection for 2015. I'd like to thank you all very, very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. You know, for the 2 years or so that I've been doing YouTube videos. I really I appreciate it, and I enjoy putting this stuff up for you guys, and I enjoy seeing that you guys enjoy the videos that I put up. Like I said in the beginning, if you just so happen to click on this video, you know, check out some of my other stuff. There might be something that you enjoy. Maybe you have an opinion on something that I do too. We share together, and you know, you can subscribe and start to comment on my videos, and you can join my fan base of 100,000 subscribers, and we can all have a nice dialogue together. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to talk to me, you know, drop a comment down below. As you guys know, I get back to everybody who does comment. I love talking to you guys. I like to hear your different opinions on things. If you have an opinion on maybe one specific DVD Blu-ray that I own and you want to talk about, maybe you want to know how I got it, please drop a comment down below. I'd love to share stories with you guys. I am Finizzy Breezy, and I will see you all next time.